We're gonna pretend like I'm not doing all this and filming this the day before it's all due. I'm riffing half of this, if I'm being honest, but this is my Who Am I video, because I always have to be extra and, not do a presentation. Yay! Okay, I wanted to start it with a little thing that I wrote down, so let me find it. Here it is. Okay. We are shaped by our experiences and the people we meet along the way. Every challenge, every triumph, every connection, every single moment. It leaves a mark. They teach us, push us, guide us, and through them, we discover who we truly are. If the people that surround us help shape who we are, then my biggest influence would be my family. Something that's important to note about me is that family isn't just about who you're related to, it's the people who support you. They celebrate your highs and comfort you during your lows. It's the people who turn up for you and, most importantly, want to be there for you. Because of my views, I consider so many people to be family, whether they're related, family friends, school friends, or people I've met through football. Football has allowed me the opportunity to connect with my culture. I'm Indigenous on my mum's side, more specifically my nan's mum, so my great-grandma. Growing up, I didn't really know much about my culture and I didn't really actively seek to get involved with it. We didn't know much about where we came from. Like, my great-grandma kept it from the family a lot and didn't find out anything until after she passed. So the family, throughout the years, have sort of had to piece together who my mob was. It wasn't really until I got into high school that I sort of wanted to learn more about it. In 2022, I found out about the NAIDOC Cup. I didn't play in it, but one of my school friends played in it, and she was talking to me about it, saying that I should have played in it. It's still my history, it's still my background, and that I should trial for it the following year. So in 2023, that's what I did. I trialed for the NAIDOC Cup, got into the team. From that, it sort of fueled me, hey, I want to know more about where I'm from, my mob. In the years before, my family had been sort of trying to find out more and where we're from, who we're from. Found out that we're from Wiradjuri. My family's from Dubbo, and it was good to actually know who my mob is. When I'm asked who's your mob, I can actually say Wiradjuri instead of being oh, I don't know, and then have that feeling of can I be involved with this, because you don't even know where you're from. I don't know what words to articulate to go with it. Something about the Indigenous football is that what brings everyone together isn't just, the football and the love of football, but also our culture. And we may not all be a part of the same mob, but the way I explain it is just when you're playing as a part of the Indigenous football, everyone has each other's backs, from across all the teams. It's a really good environment and community to be a part of. All the communities I've been a part of, football, Indigenous football, school, my old school, the family, so there's more and more that I could list, but I feel through all my communities, I feel I've built such a strong support system, people that I can go to for help and advice, people who I can have a laugh with, people who I can be myself around. And from all the people that I've met through my life, and football especially, I'd like to say, for my age, I've built a really strong network. I've met a lot of amazing people who I can go to for help and advice, people who can help me along my journey. And my goal is to work in football, specifically football media. My work experience, my LTI with Northern, has really helped me do that. I've been able to gain hands-on experience in the football-based industry and gaining experience in multiple different departments in there.
Editing talent here. It's currently midnight. I need to go to bed, but more importantly, I need to finish the video. So the video ran out of storage while I was recording that part, but I go on to say how marketing, communications, and participations are my favourite departments at Northern, and how through my work experience with Northern, I've gained employment with Hunter Valley Football once I leave school. Anyway, moving on from that, let's now talk about a couple things I'm grateful for.
But my biggest personality trait is actually gratitude. So when I'm asked to think of people I'm grateful for, it's so hard to just pick one or just pick a couple. I'm grateful for my parents. They've done so much for me over the years. They have my best interests at heart. I would not be able to do the things that I do the sacrifices that they've made for me to just let me enjoy my life and play the sports that I love. I'm so grateful for all they've done for me. They have my best interest at heart. Of course, I'm grateful for Mark and Mark's advisory. Going into year 12 and wanting to change classes was an interesting concept, I think, because with how the school works, you're not really supposed to change classes and advisors. I'm really grateful for Mark and his advisory for accepting me into the class. I think that really helped me enjoy my final year at Central Coast. I don't know how I'd be mentally if I had stayed in the other class. Being in Mark's advisory, I think, helped me build a very positive experience in my final year at school, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm grateful for Northern for all the opportunities that they've provided me in football. I'd been doing my work experience, my LTI with them since July 2023 after I'd played the NAIDOC Cup, allowing me in there and to learn from all the different departments in there.
I want to add that I'm extremely grateful for the participation department as well. So Mick, Serena, Alana, I've learnt a lot from them, and also they've been really supportive of me, even coming down to one of my exhibitions.
Grateful for everyone who's been in my life, because I don't know where I'd be without them. I don't know if other people do this, but I find myself thinking about a lot is if I did or didn't do certain things. A big one I think about is what if I didn't play Bill Turner when I was at my old school? Bill Turner's how I found out about CCSC. If I didn't play in Coffs and if we didn't win our first game and didn't verse CCSC, I might not have even thought about going to a sports college as an option, because we versed CCSC, we got absolutely trounced. But yeah, from there, for the full 5-hour trip home, I was non-stop researching, non-stop talking about how I wanted to go to a sports school. It's it just fueled some sort of fire in me, because I was obsessed with it. I looked up sports schools. Hunter Sports didn't have openings, and all their trials had closed, so then Central Coast was the next option. There's so many things that could have changed the direction of my life, and if these little things didn't happen, where would I be today? If I didn't attend CCSC, I'd be applying for uni to probably get into physio or something. Whereas in my first term at CCSC, because of the LTI program, I got to find out that physio was probably not something for me, because with the LTIs and the work experience, I went and shadowed a physio and realised this isn't for me. It's not as sports involved as I thought. So from there, went back to the drawing board and thought, okay, how else can I stay involved with soccer? How else can I stay involved with sport? From there, found out about Northern. Just under 3 years later, I've been doing work experience with them for 2.5 years. I've gotten casual work with them, part-time work with them, weekend work. Through working for Northern, I've secured a part-time job with Hunter Valley Football, which is one of the member zones underneath Northern. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without attending CCSC. That wouldn't have been possible.
Thanks for watching the video, but I'd like to close off the video with just my take on a trend that I found that really, I think, helped inspire me to make a video for my graduating exhibition. The saying goes, I am a mosaic of everyone I've ever loved, but I like to think I'm a mosaic of everything I've ever loved. The reason I play football is because a family friend once asked me to join her team. I collect anything to do with Eeyore because it was the first toy I got as a baby. I plan to get all my tattoos on my left side so one day I'd match my mum's sleeve. If I go to IGA, I'd always look for a specific brand of gingerbread biscuits because the taste of them would remind me of my Nana Connie. I started parting my hair down the middle because a girl in my soccer team once told me it looked better that way. I support the Rabbitohs because they were the first football team I ever watched with my cousins. My favourite band is Hilltop Hoods because it's all my dad would play while I was growing up. I got a rose tattoo to match my mum and Nen, and an infinity symbol because my Nen would always tell me I love you infinity times infinity and beyond. I have team photos from my junior club on my wall to remind me of my roots and the people that supported me at the start of my football journey. I think of my grandparents whenever I see a sausage dog because they have one that they love like their fourth child. I make my noodles with butter and milk because my uncle once made them like that. When I coach, I try to bring positivity and hype up a player because that's how a coach brought out the best in me. Whenever I make a video, I ask a friend for his feedback because I love the way he edits his.
I was once told that positivity is contagious, so I always greet people with a smile and a cheerful tune. I applied for a job in football because I wanted to do everything in my power to stay involved with the sport I love. I film and photograph my life because I don't want to forget the moment. I want to be able to capture the life I live and all the amazing people who have been a part of it, no matter if I know them for a second or a lifetime.